Hey guys, what's going on? It's Brad with Techbuds-Solutions and trading OTCs. Sorry I'm a little bit late getting to our video tonight. Had some, everybody has one of those days. So I'm I'm no exception to the rule. So appreciate you tuning in a little bit later, and we'll go ahead and get things started. So some people finally, yes, thank you, appreciate it. Just wanted to talk to you tonight a little bit about buying the dip. And what I mean by that is, when a stock starts to surge up, right, it starts running and then there's a little bit of a sell off. That could mean potentially an opportunity for you to capitalize on that sell off to get more shares if maybe you didn't get in a big enough position that you wanted initially. And yeah, we'll get started on that. Let me just let a couple people filter in here. If you're the if this is your first visit here, welcome. I have links down into the description of this video that lead you to our Discord chat group as well as our Facebook group within Techbuds-Solutions. We are 80,000 members strong in Techbuds-Solutions. I am about almost to 5,000 subscribers in my YouTube channel. So thank you very much for supporting me and this channel. Sometimes it amazes me why you even show up sometimes, but nonetheless, I do appreciate it. I know that I do help you guys a lot, and makes me feel good to know that I'm making some kind of difference in your lives. So it looks like there's a lot of people showing up here, so I do appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get started. So the ticker symbol that we've been focusing on for the week so far has been LIBE. A lot of us got into this. It was shouted out in our group on Friday, and there's a lot of things going on with that as far as the catalysts are concerned. And the reason why I added to the dip on live this morning was because of what was shared through their own Facebook page. And I'll go ahead and show that to you real quick. I saw why there was a dip within the ticker, within the stock this morning. And the reason why I hopped into it is because what was shared on Facebook just this morning, and it made me want to hop into it even more. So let me go ahead and share my screen here real quick. Let me get this pulled up. Okay, so this was shared this morning, and this was right when the sell-off started happening. I had originally got in at a penny, and then have been riding it ever since. And then once this small sell-off started to occur, it was shared in the group that Liberated Energy, or LIBE, shared this as the dip was occurring. And this is what made me want to add to my position right here. It says we'll be filing a few 8Ks over the next 2 days covering developments behind our attorney their attorney passed. So they had an attorney that they were dealing with as far as their filings were concerned, and he passed away supposedly. So name change, new subsidiary, settlement. And also there's mentions of here of, again, getting rid of their debt, which is a huge catalyst within any OTC. So this compiled with the fact that there was a small sell-off. It looked like maybe there was somebody who was bag holding for a while in this specific ticker this morning, and it looked like it was starting to sell off. And then all of a sudden, the level 2 bid started building, and I can show you here. Oh, what the heck! I had it pulled up, but anyway, I had it pulled up on this, and now it's making me sign up. But anyway, so it was down to 2 cents, right? And I pulled back from 3 cents the day before. And what I decided to do was add to that dip because of the selling looked like it was getting ready to cease. And as you guys know, when I was talking to you about level 2 earlier, about how when that bid support really starts to show up and that ask really starts to die down, that means that selling has about stopped. And so when I compiled the news that had just been shared, and really probably a whole lot of people hadn't caught on to that, and it wasn't really news. It was just like, an update, I guess, through their Facebook page. And they don't really announce it just about anywhere else other than that Facebook page. So I was watching that closely, saw that bid support was building there, and I felt like that was my opportunity to add. And so I did add to that, and then it ended up running up to, as we saw, over 4 cents on the day. It's just kind of like a small example of when it's a good time to add to a dip. Obviously, you don't want to add to something that's continually being pushed down. This didn't seem like that was the case based off of what I was watching on level 2. And so, like I said, you can see it on level 2 when you're watching the bids build up on a stock. So what I mean by that is that when you see all the bid numbers on those market makers on the bid side start to really build up and those numbers start to really grow. And that's what we saw just before I added to that particular dip. Ended up seeing another, 100% gain today, just based off of where I got in at or added to at, and then where we ended the day on. So I had my initial investment, and then I added to that investment at 2 cents. It went up to 4, and I actually sold at the end of the day all of my initial investments. So again, as we've been talking, especially if you're just starting out trading over the counter stocks, the important thing is to sell as it starts to run. And so just as I had talked to you guys earlier today, if you follow along in our Discord chat group, that I had sold my initial investment at the end of the day. Once I saw those highs, I sold it right around 4 cents. And then the rest of the shares that I have in there are pure profit shares. So everything that I spent on it, I've gotten back. And no, everything else that's in there right now is just pure profit. So this is just a perfect example of how you get into a stock and then how you make a plan to get out of one. At least that's what works for me. Hopefully it works for you. Again, this is just all opinion based, and all I'm doing is sharing with you how I find success in trading in this market. And hopefully you'll learn something when it comes to my style of trading that might help you in your trading career. And so I just wanted to kind of reiterate the importance of making sure that you sell and cover profits and don't just hold on to every share that you have in hopes that it's just going to, go to the moon, as we like to say sometimes. And so, especially when you're first starting out, you want to make sure you cover those profits and you're building your account to a comfortable level. And then you maybe can start to take those riskier moves. But especially if you're first starting out, make sure you cover those profits. Take the gifts that are given to you and then go from there. At the very least, take your initial investment out and then do with what you will with the rest of the shares that you have left in there. Someone said, and yeah, this is a good point. Someone said, be cautious at level 2 because market manipulators can throw a big size on the book to get a reaction out of people. This is very common when it comes to dilutive market makers. This case, just because of experience, I could tell that this was, and these were all retail market makers that had the pretty big bid size. So I felt comfortable enough to be able to take a larger position at 2 cents. So yeah, good point. Thanks for bringing that up. All right. So anybody have any questions about today or how I plan my strategy? I'd love to hear from you. So if you see a large order on the book, watch for it to start getting eaten. Yeah, so that's another good point. So if you see a large order on level 2, watch for it to actually start to dwindle down. That means people are actually, attacking that ask price or that bid price. So good point again. Thanks for the exit tip. Yep. Always want to make sure you cover those profits. And at the very least, like I said, take that initial investment and then do with what you will with, the profit that you already have. Someone asked, where can I find level 2 reports? If you have TD Ameritrade or E-Trade, you can get those for free. So if you don't, I think if you're just starting out or if you just open up a TD account, you can, you have to set it up. I think you have to request for it or something like that. I'll check it out, or you can ask somebody in Discord who might have just gone through that as well. I already have it set up. I've had it set up forever, so I don't remember how to get it set up, but you can get it for free if you have TD Ameritrade or E-Trade. I know that for a fact. Is a dilution form of covering notes? Yes, it absolutely is. FVRD, somebody's asking about FVRD. I actually sold all of my position on FVRD. I've been holding in that since October, but with recent news on cryptocurrency, with Facebook and Google pulling ads from anything having to do with cryptocurrency, I felt in my best interest to go ahead and just sell out of FVRD, because even if that exchange went live, I didn't see the way that the market is in crypto that that exchange going live was not going to do much for that stock, just because of how the crypto market is right now. And there's a lot of big players kind of doing away with it. And I'm not saying that cryptocurrency is, and by any means, going away. I just think that right now it's on a real big downturn, and it's hard to see where it's going to bottom out. So I just made the safe bet and just took out. I might pay for it, and who knows, maybe they'll go live and it'll really run. But for me, I was just trying to minimize my risk and sell out of that one based off of the news I heard today. And it looks like a lot of people did. So let's see here. Can you comment on ADAC? So ADAC and uplisted today. Not a whole lot of volume that came into that one. I think there's a lot of people just holding out to see what kind of catalysts are coming with that. In my opinion, I think there are. Obviously, we went over a lot of due diligence on that already. If you're not familiar with it, go ahead and go back to the stocks that I'm watching for the month of March. I think that was in there. Do you see a small sell-off bounce again in the morning with live? It's possible. Whenever you see a huge run like that throughout the day, it's always possible to see a small sell-off at market open. Or sometimes I've also seen that has the opposite effect. So you're just going to have to watch and gauge, check your level twos to see exactly where the stock's going at market open, and then make your decision on if you're in it, whether to sell or buy or whatever. Okay, so answered a few questions here. I wanted to address something with you guys too. I touched on this within our Discord chat, but I've never really addressed it on YouTube. So I'm actually in the process of building another segment within my YouTube channel that interviews millionaires. And I don't just mean people who just have $1 million in cash. I want to speak with people who have a net worth of $1 million. What that means is that you add your house, all of your assets, plus what you have in the bank, retirement, everything. If you add all that up and it's over $1 million, you are considered a millionaire. And so my goal is to interview millionaires that are out there to provide some inspiration to maybe those who aren't, or think that's out of their reach, think that they don't, there's no way that they could possibly achieve millionaire status. And I kind of want to shed some light on that for some folks and provide some motivation that that anybody can become a millionaire as long as they put the work in. And so I want to be able to reach out to some fellow millionaires that are, because there's more than one way to get to a millionaire status, right? Everybody comes from all walks of life. There's different ways, different avenues to get to that goal, if that's what you're looking to achieve. And so I just want to, like I said, shed some light on that. So if you guys know anybody, whether it's your boss, a contractor, or somebody who maybe built an awesome website or whatever, anybody who is worth $1 million. And again, and that's net worth. So your house, cars, assets, everything, if you have retirement, whatever, plus the cash that you might have, if you're worth $1 million, I would like to speak with you and potentially interview you for a segment within my YouTube channel. I think it's going to be great for all of us and really motivate us to keep the eye on the prize of achieving that goal. People that listen to Brad and you'll become one. I don't want to, say that, if you follow me, you'll become a millionaire. So I just want to, let everybody know there's more than one way to get there. And I think that this would be a really good segment to have. So Anybody have any other questions? Just checking. Sorry, late to the party. Yeah, if you want to recap, just go back and watch the beginning of the video. Okay. Well, that's it, guys. Looks like the volume's drying up, as they like to say. So I appreciate you checking out my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. And as always, guys, please, if you like this video, smash that like button. If you are a first-time visitor here and on my channel, please subscribe if you plan on coming back. And I will see you guys all before the bell. That's all I got for you guys. Oh, somebody said hit the bell icon. Right. So if you're subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the bell icon to alert you whenever I go live or put a video up. Wanted to get on that real quick. So anyway, you totally ruined my sign off. But anyway, I will see you guys all before the bell. That's all I got for you guys. B Smith is out.